The story of Snickers begins in the early 20th century with a remarkable entrepreneur named Frank Mars. Born in Minnesota in 1883, Frank had humble beginnings, learning candy making from his mother who taught him while he recovered from polio as a child. This early introduction to confectionery would shape not just his life but eventually influence global snacking habits. In 1911, Mars started a small candy-making business in Tacoma, Washington. The early years weren't easy. His first ventures actually failed. Undeterred, Frank and his wife Ethel moved to Minneapolis in 1920, establishing Mars Bar Company in their kitchen with an initial investment of just $400. This resilience in the face of setbacks would become a hallmark of the Mars business philosophy. The true Snickers story begins in 1930, during the Great Depression. While other businesses were scaling back, Frank Mars was innovating. He had already created the Milky Way bar in 1923, but Frank was searching for something different, a substantial candy bar that could serve as a meal replacement during tough economic times. The inspiration for the new candy bar came from an unexpected place: the Mars family stables. Frank and Ethel were horse enthusiasts who owned a horse named Snickers. When creating this new confection of nougat, caramel, peanuts and milk chocolate, Frank decided to name it after their beloved horse. Sadly, Snickers the horse had passed away a few years earlier, making the candy bar a touching tribute. When Snickers launched in 1930, it was priced at just 5 cents. Its unique combination of ingredients made it filling as well as delicious, a perfect product for Depression-era America when people needed affordable indulgences and caloric value. The timing proved impeccable, and Americans embraced this new candy creation. What many don't realize is that Snickers was initially marketed as the Marathon bar in the UK and other parts of Europe until the 1990s, when Mars standardized the name globally. This early understanding of local market adaptations would later help Snickers succeed internationally. The 1940s brought significant challenges as sugar rationing during World War II limited candy production. The Mars Company responded by prioritizing Snickers bars for military rations, recognizing their high energy content made them practical for soldiers. This strategic decision not only kept production going but introduced Snickers to servicemen from across America, expanding its customer base. After Frank Mars passed away in 1934, his son Forrest took over and expanded the business dramatically. Forrest was a visionary who believed in reinvesting profits and maintaining private ownership to focus on long-term success rather than quarterly results. This philosophy allowed Mars to experiment and innovate with Snickers marketing over decades. The 1980s and 1990s saw Snickers become a global phenomenon. Mars invested heavily in international expansion, adapting the recipe slightly for different markets while maintaining the core Snickers experience. In some countries, fresh peanuts were sourced locally, creating subtle regional variations while supporting local agriculture. By the 2000s, Snickers had become the world's best-selling chocolate bar, sold in more than 95 countries. The brand's big breakthrough in modern marketing came in 2010 with the launch of the "You're Not You When You're Hungry" campaign. This relatable concept resonated across cultures and languages, featuring celebrities behaving unlike themselves until eating a Snickers restored their normal personality. Behind this global success was the Mars family's unique approach to business. Unlike many competitors, Mars Incorporated remained privately held, allowing the company to maintain its focus on quality and long-term growth rather than quarterly profits. The company adheres to 5 principles established by Forrest Mars: quality, responsibility, mutuality, efficiency, and freedom. These principles guided decisions about Snickers production and marketing for generations. Today, Snickers produces over 15 million bars daily across multiple facilities worldwide. The basic recipe has remained remarkably consistent since 1930, proving that Frank Mars' original vision was timeless. Modern Snickers has expanded into variations like Snickers Almond, Snickers Peanut Butter, and seasonal shapes, but always maintaining the core identity. The Snickers story demonstrates how a simple idea, combining nougat, caramel, peanuts and chocolate, backed by business integrity and marketing innovation, can create not just a product but a cultural icon. From its creation during America's darkest economic period to becoming a global powerhouse, Snickers represents the quintessential American business success story: persistent innovation, quality-focused production, and the ability to connect with consumers across generations and cultures.